Steve Henning coming to you live from Work Truck Week 2025. As you can see, I'm on the show floor and I'm here in their Driverge booth, joined by Craig Kemmerling. Craig, thanks for joining us.
No, thanks for having us, Steve. Great to see you guys again this year.
We always appreciate it. In the commercial space, we talk a lot about community and the ecosystem and sort of what that all means. From Driverge perspective, tell me what that means to you guys.
So, Driverge is sort of a unique animal in the space, and we're trying to somewhat create our own ecosystem or community to really service the market from all levels, whether it's the franchise dealer level, whether it's the fleet management company, whether it's the local owner operators. And that's sort of what we're doing with our regional and international footprint.
Okay.
Again, trying to support however the customer needs or wants to buy.
Which I think is the right approach, right? There is no one size fits all usually.
Right.
So as you guys approach it that way, what do you find is maybe some of the uniqueness for each of those segments or niches that you serve?
I think especially over the last 3 or 4 years when there have been challenges with whether it's chassis availability, capacity at various upfitters, our ecosystem has allowed customers to choose the right solution for their needs. So if someone wants to use a ship-through application, they can use a ship-through. If they're going to pull some units out of stock, build at the local level, they can do that. If they want to regionally deploy assets and upfits, they can do that.
Smart approach.
Yeah.
I think that's very smart. So as you implement that way and as you look to your customers and so forth, are there things that stand out as far as what's most preferred, or does it really vary across the ecosystem?
It varies. It's really, again, we're not taking the one shoe fits all approach. It's what's the right thing for the client, regardless of who the client is,
Yeah.
and how can we support them to be successful.
Okay, that's very smart. And I think either last year at the show or right after, you guys made an announcement in terms of some expansion and so forth. Maybe share a little bit of that. What's it been like over the last year?
So actually at Work Truck Week last week, we actually sort of under the radar announced that we had acquired a couple locations in Canada.
Okay.
So we're now officially international.
All right.
And we operate both out of Toronto and Montreal. And even as we sit here today, we're going to be adding a couple known locations here in 25.
Great.
We're expanding with a second fleet location in south side of Chicago.
Okay.
And then we're enhancing and expanding our facility in Kansas City to support our relationship with Ford, primarily with Transit F-150 and Maverick.
Lots of growth.
Yeah, it is.
That's fantastic. So let's talk about the elephant in the room, right? There was some legislation yesterday, there's been some announcements and so forth, and yet, lo and behold, Driverge continues to grow.
Absolutely.
So how do you say the success? What would be driving that as we look at some of these headwinds that we might be facing?
I think at the end of the day, whether it's on the mobility side of our business that provides wheelchair accessible solutions to move people, it's a necessity or it's a need. On the vocational side, we're supporting the trades that are buying our vehicles to perform a service. So it's navigating those headwinds. And again, I think part of the ecosystem and our approach is helping customers navigate those to be successful.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
And we can control what we can control.
That's a good way to look at it, because there's a lot of things that are outside your control. You said we're going to focus on this.
Yeah.
What can we help you with? Okay, I really like that thought too. So what should we expect from Driverge beyond we're expanding into some markets and so forth? Is there anything we should be looking out for in the coming year?
No, I think we've identified where we play in the market space, and that's really light truck, van, SUV, and crossover. And there's a lot of opportunities in those three categories, and there's a lot of room for opportunity for growth. So we're gonna focus there. Our goal is also to be one of, if not the largest, independent upfitters. Again, providing the right solutions for the clients, not being specific to a brand of product.
Right.
But you'll see footprint expansion, you'll see team member expansion, you'll continue to see investment into our facilities.
Yeah.
And just you never know what the future brings.
You never know, and you have to be ready for it, I think, and say, well, that's an opportunity, maybe we can help.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, thanks so much for spending a few minutes. Love hearing about it, and I'm sure we can catch up again soon.
Sounds great. Thanks. Have a great show, Steve.
You too.